Yes. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Let's get straight into it. So in this video, I'm just gonna touch up on the latest news in the world of boxing. Obviously, last weekend we had Joe Joyce taking on Artem Susalenkov, I believe, out in Moscow. We had Murat Gassiev taking on Peter Kadir as well. Last-minute replacement Peter Kadir. He was meant to be fighting Tony Yoka. Gassiev was fighting Tony Yoka, but Tony Yoka pulled out with an injury, some sort of injury. So they brought in this guy called Peter Kadir. So I'm going to start with the Murat Gassiev-Peter Kadir fight. Obviously, that's the guy who's got a title. To be fair, I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't familiar with Peter Kadir at all before this fight. I didn't know who he was. One of his brethren or one of his friends actually messaged man like leading up to the fight saying, yo, make sure you check it out. He's gonna like do bits in it. Obviously, like I'm not gonna say like I wasn't impressed with him, but like I feel like given that it was a last-minute replacement, I can understand why he didn't look like he was fully ready and prepped for that occasion, innit? Cause I feel like if he probably applied the pressure a bit more, or just throw it a bit more combination, or just was the one that was a bit more offensive, like actually on the offense, like he probably could have done a bit more. But obviously, Gassiev is a very durable and resilient fighter as well, innit? He's got a lot of old man tactics. He's got a lot of he's very slow though, Gassiev. Gassiev is slow, but obviously he's there, innit? Do you know what I mean? Like he was one kind of like on the actual offense, innit? So I think in the 6th round, Peter Kadir's team threw in the towel and called it off, innit? So what do I make of the fight? Like when I was watching it, I'm not gonna lie. Obviously, when Usyk relinquished the title, I wasn't too bothered. I was kind of happy that I called the belts to disperse, whatever. And obviously, some people are gonna get emailed the belt, like quote unquote, innit? And get promoted or whatever, not actually win the belt in the ring. Obviously, Caballero got the WBC title, and obviously, because Gassiev, I think he was a regular champion or something like that, he was elevated to the full WBA heavyweight champion, innit? Watching him in the ring, I was thinking, raw, like this is the guy who's actually got the WBA belt. Like this is a guy who's representing like who he's meant to be in the WBA list of fighters. This guy is the best. He's the champion. It's like raw. Like it's just not a good look, man. It's not a good look. Obviously, I don't think he's gonna have the title for that long. Like I don't think he's gonna have. And we've seen Derek Chisora jump in the ring after as well. Done like some sort of like face-off kind of thing. I think hinting at a fight. Obviously, we knew Derek was never gonna retire after the Deontay Wilder thing. So he's probably gonna be sniffing around trying to get a shot at the title. Obviously, we know Moses Atama. He's fighting Hrgovic next, and he's also been ordered to fight Frank Sanchez. I think is that for the IBF? I think for the vacant IBF title, I believe. So obviously, depending on what happens with that, I don't know if that's going to be. I don't know if Gassiev's going to be like the next on the list for Moses. I feel like Moses could definitely piece up Gassiev like easy. Like I don't think like he's too slow, man. He's an old man now, isn't it? I'm not trying to say he's even dead. I'm not trying to say he's rubbish as well. But it's like he's an old man now. Like he's not. Like, come on, man. Anyone who's got a serious pulse and some sort of like will to win is gonna. Do you know what I mean? So that's an option there. Obviously, you got Daniel Dubois as well, who is the WBO champion. So I don't know if Daniel wants to unify. That's an option there, isn't it? So I don't think Gassiev's gonna hold the title for too long. It was a decent little scrap for what it was. It wasn't really that entertaining or interesting like that, but it was decent, and it was what it was, innit? You get me? So moving on to the other fight on that same Moscow card, we had Joe Joyce taking on Artem Susalenkov. And this fight, man, the juggernaut is it was sad still. It was sad to watch still. I'm not gonna lie, man. Obviously, like you would have already seen like the fallout from the fight. Obviously, Joe Joyce, he quit on I think it was the 11th round. He just like waved his hand and said like no more, innit? No mass. Like it was sad to see, cause you know what it is as well. Obviously, Joe Joyce. You know when Joe Joyce had that little bit of momentum and he was on a bit of a winning streak, innit? And he had the whole juggernaut like aura and persona thing going for him and this and that. It was like, yo, like the way I don't know, people was talking about Joe Joyce was like, yo, like he could actually be a problem in the heavyweight division. But ever since them 2 back-to-back Zhang fights, he's just never been the same. Like he's just never ever been the same, and it's actually kind of sad to see, cause it's like his whole thing was obviously he can take on shots. He's just gonna keep on taking on shots. He's gonna keep on throwing back. In this fight, it kind of was that. Like the fight wasn't. Joyce is so slow now though. He's really slow now still. But like the fight wasn't. It wasn't like blockbuster or anything crazy like that. It was just 2 guys just throwing heavy shots, like back-to-back heavy shots. Like it was at a relatively slow pace. It wasn't really too intense like that from what I was watching and seeing. Joe's defense was not anywhere to be seen as well. But that's how he fights. Like he was just fighting how he fights, but more slow, and he did look kind of rusty in it. I don't know whether that's because he hasn't been in the ring for a while, but he did look kind of rusty in there, innit? So that might be why as well. But yeah, he called it quits in the in round 11. And a lot of people are saying like Joe Joyce should retire. And if I'm being honest, like I don't know if I agree, cause I feel like I feel like sometimes as boxing fans, sometimes we tell man to retire. Even if we personally don't want to see them in there no more, we feel like, oh, like you're getting too old, or you're taking too much damage, or your skill level just keeps on dipping. Like you're just like you're not getting any better. Like you're kind of regressing, innit? I mean, you're kind of on a decline. Like we're quick to say, yo, like retire, and it's like for me, it's like if they want to fight, let them fight, innit? Like if Joe Joyce still wants to fight after this, let him fight. Cause he's the it's his life, innit? Like, and I'm not gonna lie, from when like the sanctioning bodies are saying like, yeah, like give him the green light to fight, he's passing medicals. Who are we to say, yo, you can't fight? Who are we to say, yo, retire? If he wants to fight, go and fight. Same with Del Chisora. Bro, if you want to fight, go fight, mate. Like, I'm not going to tell you stop fighting, because at the end of the day, like, these men are boxers as well. Like, I don't know what other business ventures or whatever, like, everyone's got or this and that, but some man might just literally just strictly just box. Like, this might be how they're putting bread and butter on the table, innit? You know what I mean? Like, this is how they're feeding their family, innit? So if he wants to keep on fighting, yo, fight, brother. Like, fight. I was even watching a thing video, Boxing Beats and Ryan's video the other day, and he was saying something about the same topic with Joe Joyce. And he was saying, like, how, like, oh, like, there's how many journeymen, like, you have had twice, triple the amount of losses, like, Joe Joyce has had, and they're still fighting. Like, there's how many journeymen who have had twice, triple the amount of, like, knockout defeats that Joe Joyce has had, and they're still fighting. Like, bro, like, he was even made a comparison between Joe Joyce and who's the guy my man's fighting again? Marius Wack, that Tyson Fury's fight. Tyson Fury's fight. If you look at their records, like, but no one's shouting, yo, Marius Wack, retire. But obviously, we don't have an affinity towards Marius Wack, innit? It's a bit different. Obviously, us being British fans, obviously, Joe Joyce is a British boxer. We've seen his story. We've been along on a journey, innit? So, like, I get why people are saying it, because if you actually connected to him, or you're a fan of his, and you feel like, yo, like, you're worried for about his health and this and that, then cool, innit? But it's like, for me, who am I, man? Like, not to say, like, man don't care about Joe Joyce, but it's like, he's not my brethren, innit? Like, he's not my favourite boxer either. Like, he's just a boxer that man watch. He's been entertaining, and I appreciate him, and, like, for the entertaining fights he's been in and man seen. But it's like, bro, like, if he wants to fight, go fight, innit? Like, I'm not going to stop a man from fighting. That's how he's feeding his family, bro. Yo, go, carry on, my guy. At the end of the day, like, everyone's got a choice, innit? And obviously, he would know the amount of risk. Obviously, like, it's not like he's not having to do medicals and do this and that and be tested and whatever before he even gets in the ring, innit? Which is what's meant to be happening anyway. I don't know if he got tested for the Moscow thing. I don't know, I can't say. But most fights in, like, normal, he's gonna have to pass certain medicals, and like, whatever governing body who's in charge of the fight has to sanction and say, yeah, he can fight. So if they're saying, yeah, he can fight, who the fuck am I, bro? Like, he wants to fight, innit? You get me? But yeah, that's that on Joe Joyce. Obviously, he called it quits in the 11th round. And will we see him in the ring again? Who knows? I wouldn't be surprised if we do, though. Obviously, I believe he's still on Queensbury. I wouldn't be surprised if Frank gets him out there with someone. I mean, like a quick little, if he's got a new heavyweight he's trying to build up. Obviously, he's got that was it Olaleyan, I think, Olaleyan? I forgot his name. I think Olaleyan, I think, from Ireland. So maybe he could, if he's trying to build up his profile here in the UK, in England as well. You never know. In Britain, innit? I mean, you never know. That could be a good tasty local fight for Joe Joyce. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that's that on that. So moving on, the Zone and Matchroom finally announced the undercard for Anthony Joshua versus Prenga. And I'm not gonna lie, man, it's very, very underwhelming. Very, very underwhelming undercard still. Obviously, it took time for them to announce it as well. Like, normally, I'm sure the undercard would be announced from time ago, like weeks back. Like, this is like, the fight is in like 2 weeks, and we're only just seeing the undercard now. And obviously, the discourse around it is like, should this fight really be a pay-per-view fight, innit? Obviously, it's a pay-per-view fight. Obviously, if you're paying for the Zone subscription, You've got the premium, the thing where I think you've got 12 pay-per-views included in your plan, where you pay a bit extra. This is obviously part of your plan. But if you just got the standard DAZN subscription, you're gonna have to pay the pay-per-view price for this and that. And it's like, yo, is this card really pay-per-view? Because it's like, when man look back, like AJ versus Hellenius was not pay-per-view, and that was AJ on like a rebuild type of. Do you know what I mean? That was not pay-per-view. Obviously, this is just a warm-up fight before the Fury fight, and it's like he's fighting Prenga, a guy that none of us knows. Like no one knows who Prenga is, and obviously you've now announced the undercard, and it's only 2 fights out of how many fights that anyone might have any sort of interest in, and it's not even a great sort of interest because we don't know who they're fighting as well. Obviously, it might just be my ignorance that I don't know a lot of these boxers on this card, innit? But we'll have a look at it and we'll see if any of you guys like know who these guys are as well, innit? So obviously on here we've got obviously the main event, obviously Joshua versus Prenga. We've got Shiraz versus Zakanuba, and this is gonna be a WBO super middleweight title defense for Shiraz, for Hamza Shiraz. Obviously, he won his WBO title on that. Was it the Finn card, the Giza card with Usyk and Rico? I think that's when he won his belt. In that fight, I remember that video. I remember me saying that I don't know who the hell that guy was. It was a bit of a gifted title, like from my opinion, and I felt like his next fight he had to step up. This guy who's fighting his first title defense, I don't know who this guy is, and I'm not gonna lie, I like Hamza Shiraz, but like, bro, man can't keep having these fights. Like, you can't keep on fighting these guys that man don't know, especially because you had that little weird moment against what's that guy's name? Is it Adamez out in Riyadh that time when Hamza wasn't throwing one of his hands, because I think he must have busted one of his hands during the fight. And I'm not gonna lie, from what I was seeing, it looked like Adamez won that fight. Somehow, some way, it was a draw. Do you get what I mean? Like, and that's always been kind of spooky. Obviously, you redeemed yourself with the Edgar Berlanga win, but bro, like, back-to-back fighting guys that nobody knows, it just looks a bit mad. Like, it's just, and especially because we all know you're a Riyadh season ambassador, it just starts looking a bit mad. Because it's like, why are you getting, like, come on, bro. Like, like, we need to start fighting some people that people actually want to see you in there with, that people that someone with a post that man actually know, that people actually know, that we can get excited about. We can say, all right, cool, this is a proper title defense. Like, you won the title against someone that nobody knows. Your first title defense again, nobody knows. Do you get what I mean? And it starts looking a bit spooky because you're a Riyadh season ambassador. Do you know what I mean? But cool, you guys might know Zakanu, but I don't know a minute. I think he fought on the Tottenham card. Was it the Fury Tottenham card? I can't remember. But he fought relatively recently here in the UK. But I don't know. I can't even remember the fight. But I don't know in a minute. Cool. We got Josh Kelly versus Agarko. I think I know about Agarko because obviously I think he beat Ishmael Davis. I believe. I think it was last year. I think he beat him, but it was a bit of a. It was a tight fight, let me say that. And like, it could have gone either way, depending on where the fight was hosted, and it could have gone either way type of thing, innit? Bit of a tough fight for Josh Kelly. Am I excited about the fight? No, like, not really. Obviously, he's defending his, IBF super welterweight title. I know, obviously, if he wins this, then I think he might potentially have a fight against Boots, Jaron Boots Ennis, for unification, which could be a good local fight. And obviously there's the Fondora fight there. I think there'll probably be more money in the Boots fight for Josh Kelly, and I feel like at this stage of his career, depending on how serious he is about unifying and going down that trajectory, he probably just wants the biggest fights in it. So like, this fight does not get man excited or make man feel like, right, I need to see this pay-per-view card. I need to see this pay-per-view Joshua versus Prenga card, cause it's banging. Like, it just doesn't do that, innit? Like, obviously I'm aware of Ajarko, but not like that. Like, not like that. Do you know what I mean? Like, but maybe again, it might just be my ignorance, innit? So next on the card we got Titsumi versus Alvino. I don't know neither of these guys. We've got Krishnak versus Partridge. Is it Partridge? I don't know if I know the Partridge guy. His name sounds a bit familiar though, but again, I don't know. We got Talon. I think I know Talon versus Pino. But again, like I know, I'm just aware of the name, not like I know, not like I've been seeing them fighting. Do you know what I mean? Alakel versus Chur Cup. Don't know neither of these, man. We've got Ala Youth versus Mango. Never heard of them. We've got Alo Mohammed versus Beladuch. Don't know any of these, man. We got Mubarak versus Zapata. Don't know neither of these, man. We got Hikau. You catch my drift? Like, I don't know whether it's because the card's in Riyadh, so maybe they're just getting a lot of like home fighters or local fighters there as well. I don't know whether it's that. It might be that, like, building up like Middle Eastern like boxing or whatever. I don't know, innit? Or boxing just in Saudi as a whole, innit? I mean, I don't know. But this is a pay-per-view card. Like, and even me, I'm just a normal subscription to Zone subscriber, innit? I just couldn't pay for the premium thing, not knowing what I'm paying for. Like, man could say man's getting 12 pay-per-view fights, but Tommy Fury versus what's my man's name? That Hall guy was pay-per-view. So that was part of my 12 that I paid for extra. Like, I wouldn't have paid that. Do you know what I mean? I wouldn't pay pay-per-view for that thing. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's just me though, innit? So I couldn't pay for that premium because I don't know what I'm getting. Come on, man. This can't, like, come on, guys. Like, come on, like, surely man could have done, like, just some better matchups. Some better fights that, like, can actually justify why this is a pay-per-view, because no one in the UK knows who Prenga is. Like, none of us here knows who Prenga is, and we know this is just a warm-up fight, but it's like, guys, pay-per-view, and this is the undercard. Like, I thought the undercard was gonna be at least like a bit tantalizing. It's not even that. Like, it's barely that, but is what it is, isn't it? Am I gonna buy the pay-per-view? I don't know about this. I don't know about this one. I might just catch the highlights still. Like, I know that might sound nah, I'm gonna buy it still. You know, I'm gonna buy it. I say this all the time, but I didn't get the Tommy Fury thing still, cause I wasn't never gonna get that. But it's like, I say this all the time, but I ended up always buying it. Cause once it gets to the day, I end up flipping buying it. But that's the problem though, like, because they know man's still gonna grab it. Obviously, a lot of man do the illegal streaming thing, but I don't really do that, cause I feel like if I'm just illegally streaming boxing, I don't go to all boxing events or all boxing fights. So how do I invest or put money back into boxing, a sport that I actually enjoy watching and I want to continue, I want to get better and bigger. Do you know what I mean? The only way I can, do you know what I mean, is by buying pay-per-view. That like you know, showing support is not just talk sometimes. Sometimes you have to actually put your money where your mouth is and actually support something that you actually rock with. Do you know what I mean? Like that's how I see it anyways, car. It's not like I'm buying, it's not like football. Like football, you can show your support for Arsenal by buying merch. Do you know what I mean? Like, that supports the team, because that merch, that money that the merch generates goes back into the team. Like, how do I support boxing other than if I go to a fight? More time when I go to a fight, like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's not like, you know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, more time still gonna buy it, still gonna watch it, still gonna want to see how AJ looks and this and that. But I just don't think that card deserves to be pay-per-view. But that's just my opinion, innit? You know what I mean? So moving on, lastly, we got Johnny Fisher finally announcing a Zuffa deal. Is officially a Zuffa Boxing now. He signed over with Dana White. He's gone over to that side now. Obviously, he's been as graceful as it can be, innit? Like, he's gave his best wishes to Eddie and Barry and Matchroom and everyone, innit? I don't think he could have done anything more. Obviously, from the interviews Eddie's done, I don't think he's that bothered about Johnny Fisher leaving. Even though I don't think he's that bothered, he will be slightly bothered a little bit, because obviously they've helped like build Johnny into what he is now. But in terms of like being like fuming like I was with Conor Benn, I doubt it. And obviously what Zuffa was offering, he just couldn't match it in, and he said that in multiple interviews now, innit? So I think it's just one of them. I don't think there's any hard feelings or bad blood. It's just business, innit? You know what I'm saying? So obviously I think Johnny might be fighting on the Zuffa card in September. I think Zuffa's got a card in London or something in September. So I'm guessing Johnny Fisher's probably going to be on that. And I wouldn't be surprised if Billum Smith is on that card as well. But yeah, Johnny Fisher is officially at Zuffa. I wouldn't be surprised if he's only there for a little bit, though. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes back to Matchroom. I wouldn't be surprised if Johnny even signs for MF Pro, like, and just like goes in that kind of lane, innit? Because he's built up a decent local profile now that obviously a lot of like British fans know him and his dad and the whole Bosch thing and he's got a lot of fans and following from Essex, you know what I mean, like where he's actually from. Obviously the whole Rumford Ball thing, so like, yo, like, you could, you know what I mean, you can just maximise what you can do, innit? You know what I mean, like, obviously the Zuffa thing, they're willing to pay you mad bread. Just take your bread in it and keep it pushing. At the end of the day, whatever level you're at, or whatever level Johnny's ever gonna reach, that's the level he's gonna reach. I don't think he's too bothered, or I don't think he's ever fully believed the hype that some like it was beginning to get spun about him. Like, oh, maybe he could take on this, he could take on that. I think he was just calm with the level he was at and calm at the pace and rate he was improving. And do you know what I mean? So I think it's kind of adapting with Johnny in it. So for as long as Zuffa willing to pay the bread, should be a good match for a minute, car. I think that's what he's on right now, innit? He's just trying to take a certain level of fights for the most amount of bread in it, and obviously Zuffa are offering that right now. They've got that turkey backing in it, so they can overpay for fighters and overpay for fights right now, innit? But don't know how long that's gonna last. Could just be a year, could be 2 years, could be a couple months, innit? So we'll just have to see how that whole partnership unfolds, innit? But yeah, that's about it for this video. Make sure you let me know in the comments what you think about Joe Joyce. Do you think he should retire? Do you want to see Gassiev versus Chisora? Is that a fight that interests you? AJ versus Prenga, what do you think about the undercard? Is it a good undercard? Is it worth pay-per-view? You know what I mean? Let me know in the comments. And obviously, do you think Johnny Fisher is going to be at Zuffa Boxing for a very long time? I have my doubts, me. But let me know in the comments. And don't forget, we got a Cut the Ring Off episode out now on the channel with Harlem Eubank. Make sure you go watch that. Don't forget as well, make sure you like this video, give it a share as well every single time. Love.